Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Summer and Chance were still talking at society. Summer informed him that although she wanted to be polite and mature, she was envious that Kyle held her in high regard and that Claire had more opportunities to see Harrison than she did. Chance was glad that Summer was telling the truth to both him and herself, but he was curious about their next steps. Summer pondered whether Chance's feelings toward Abby and Dominic were the same. He told her that he didn't, since Devon in Dom's life didn't make him feel threatened or envious. Summer tried to put off the discussion, but Chance told her that the problem had been going on for too long and she wasn't prepared. He advised her to handle her emotions independently. Summer left while Chance moved aside to answer a call from the station. Phyllis thought they might be able to find out more about their kidnapping at Sharon's. Nick clarified that in order to reassure Noah that the danger was over, they were traveling to London. Phyllis noted that they might be in greater danger and that London was only a short train ride to Paris. Nick's suggestion that they temporarily postpone the vacation disappointed Sharon, but it relieved Phyllis. Phyllis and Sharon concurred that they were unable to determine Alan's motivation for pursuing them. When he hypnotized her months before, Sharon remarked on how professional and helpful he had been. Psychopaths, according to Phyllis, were skilled at appearing sincere for a while at least, and nobody would ever catch them until it was too late. Nick concurred that whoever abducted them may seem as though they were harmless and unthreatening. Sharon was still having trouble believing it was Alan. Nick did some internet research on him and learned of Martin's death the previous year. Chance visited Sharon's and informed them of the latest information. The mental unit he had located had not approved the purchase of the gas control valve. He informed them that a farmhouse outside of Genoa City was being leased for another illegal transaction. Is Alan being set up? Sharon worried. Nick inquired as to if Chance was withholding anything from them regarding Alan's involvement in the case. Before Chance broke down and told them what he knew, he required some coercion. Chance was asked by Phyllis and Sharon to let them know if Alan was a real suspect. Chance remarked, if he is Alan at all. Tracy was worried that Alan was really Martin, he revealed. Nick continued, the twin that was in and out of psych wards. Phyllis exclaimed, like the one we were trapped in. Tracy hoped she was mistaken about Alan in her hotel room at the athletic club. For the 100th time, Jack called her to see how she was doing. She informed him that she hadn't heard from Alan and that she wasn't certain whether he would actually be returning by plane the following day. When she hung up, Tracy poured herself a drink. The door opened as she sipped it, revealing Alan standing there. Alan told Tracy that he wanted to surprise her and was glad to see her. Tracy was concerned that Jack's call and desire to move the wedding from Paris to Genoa City had upset him. When requested to host the wedding at the Abbott residence, Alan reassured her that he felt like a member of the family. Alan wanted to know why he felt that Tracy was acting strangely. Tracy claimed that things was moving so quickly and that she was concerned about how quickly their romance was developing. She desired to take her time and prepare their future. Alan inquired as to whether anything had occurred to deter her from a future with him. Tracy clarified that being with him had healed her heart, but she was afraid he would reconsider after getting to know her more. Alan maintained that she couldn't make him not want her by anything she said or did. Before he met her, he believed he was happy. Tracy reassured him that everything could still turn out the way they had envisioned, she simply needed a little more time to make sure. Alan persisted in questioning if Tracy had changed her mind about Jack because he had entered her mind. Tracy maintained that all she wanted to do was slow things down a little bit to make it last. She expressed her love for him and pleaded with him to honor her feelings and give her the time she needed. Alan explained to Tracy that he left Paris because of his love and respect, which gave his life purpose. Tracy reassured him that the schedule was the only thing that had altered and stated that she simply wanted to enjoy every wonderful moment with him. She maintained that she was still the same person who desired a life with him and loved him. Alan informed her that he knew she was hiding something and that he knew her better than she believed. Alan told Tracy that he could read people's minds and that this was his specialty. Tracy informed him, and now you're with a writer, and I'm an open book to you. Alan informed her that there was a change in her eyes. Alan didn't believe Tracy when she claimed it was love. He claimed that there was distress in her eyes and that she was withdrawing in body language. Just after he hung up with Tracy, Jack was taken aback when Ashley entered the jazz club below and sat down at his table. After welcoming her home, he inquired as to whether she had seen Alan while she was in Paris. She answered, "No, was I supposed to?" Unwillingly, Jack informed Ashley that he and Tracy were worried for everyone's safety. "Is there any chance Martin survived the fall in Paris?" he questioned Ash. Because it was so unrealistic, Ashley didn't want to think that Alan was Martin. She claimed that after witnessing Martin descend into madness, Alan decided to pursue a career as a psychiatrist. He also mentioned that Martin used to mimic Alan and adopt his persona, Jack pointed out. Ashley concurred that she had personal experience with such. She remembered Martin attacking her in Paris and deceiving her when she tried to contact Alan while she was with Tucker and discovered he wasn't her buddy. Ashley was horrified that Jack believed Martin was still alive and posing as Alan. Ashley wanted Tracy to be happy, but Jack questioned whether everything was too good and moving too quickly. She claimed that they had been in danger for months if Alan was Martin. Jack informed Ashley about the kidnapping of Sharon and Phyllis during her absence, and how their account caused him and Tracy to get alarmed due to Alan's phone sending out alerts at the same time. They now question whether Alan was responsible for the kidnapping, but Jack clarified that he was away organizing their wedding, which at the time appeared lovely. Ashley was reassured by Jack that he had extra protection for the family in case something went wrong. Jack stated that the more time passed, the more he became worried that Alan posed a significant threat, while they both hoped it was a horrible misunderstanding. Jack wanted Ashley to speak with him so she could share anything she remembered about Alan, even if it was only a gut sensation, but he felt it was too late to call Chance. Ashley threatened to kill Alan herself if he turned out to be Martin. Jack decided that they ought to sleep for a while and give Chance a call in the morning. It could get ugly very quickly if Alan returns tomorrow, he said. Ashley wanted to visit Tracy and offer her consolation. Ashley was instructed to wait by Jack. Ashley disagreed with his opinion that Tracy should be allowed to relax. Tracy was begging Alan not to read too much into it as they discussed whether or not to go upstairs to see her. "I refuse to retreat," she emphasized. She expressed regret for causing him pain. Alan asked ominously if she had any reservations about him. Tracy secretly contacted Jack while reaching into her pocket. He responded and inquired about his well-being. He heard Alan's voice instead of Tracy's. "Tracy, tell me what you've learned. Why do you now seem to be so terrified of me?" Almost everyone in Genoa City has been mentioning Aristotle Dumas for weeks. Fans of Young and Restless have joined us in conjecturing about the man's identity as they anxiously await his presumptive arrival. Would the business magnate be a brand new character or maybe someone the audience has seen before? Could this be another instance of authors digging into the past to find material for a novel in the future? We're rather certain that the answer has now been revealed, courtesy to fresh information from none other than Victor Newman. Aristotle Dumas is, in fact, the now forgotten but not forgotten Tucker McCall. The men presented their case for the likelihood in their speculation with Michael Baldwin. And the reasoning was sound. They admitted that Dumas owned the French-named company Arabesque, just as Tucker owned the similarly French Glissade. Then there's the fact that Dumas is trying to help Billy get his image back on track and make a name for himself. This could be Tucker's attempt to gain favor with Billy's sister, Ashley. Ashley and Tucker argue YNR. When asked about Dumas' interest in Winters Incorporated, the men pointed out that Devon, Tucker's son, just so happens to be its manager. Additionally, there is the small detail that Victor was assisted in stealing Glissade by Tucker's ex-girlfriend Audra Charles, which may suggest that a revenge plot is underway. Devon Tucker YNR. More, Elizabeth's future is revealed by Major when calls the heart spoilers. Overall, a compelling argument was made. What, however, truly persuaded us that Tucker is the enigmatic Dumas? The fact that Victor was the one who was speculating. In the world of television, some characters are always correct. Miss Ellie of Dallas was always on the right side of things. Velma from Scooby-Doo would be exposed as attempting to lower real estate values if he said that a ghost was, in fact, the kindly neighborhood grocer. Victor is always right, just like them. Indeed, he does make mistakes, but once he presents something as fact, it's essentially set in stone. If he foretells a villain's demise, then they will indeed fall. If he says that a relationship is doomed, it will fail. It's kind of a family characteristic. Heck, the words "I told you so" are engraved in Latin on the Newman crest.